So today I am fixing egg cups in my GoWise Ultra oven. What I did was I mixed 4 eggs with 2 egg whites that I had left over from something else. I had some leftover Italian sausage that I had used for dinner last night that was already pre-cooked with peppers and onions, so I put that in. I cooked up a little bit of broccoli and chopped it up. I put in 2 tablespoons of half and half, seasoned with salt and pepper, and added a little bit of feta. Then I put my eggs into these little egg cups, which I have, which are fantastic. I'll explain my rigging in a minute. But there's my little egg cups, and if you notice, I have these little cupcake holders all around it. The reason I do that is it helps to hold them steady because the egg cups were really loose because it was egg cooking in it, so I didn't want them tipping over while they were still so loose when I first put them in. So I set my air fryer on the bake mode, which started at 350 for 30 minutes. I just checked them a minute ago, and at about 10 minutes the tops are starting to look cooked, but they're still very loose and fluidy. You can tell when you wiggle them. So I'm not quite sure yet how long they're going to cook. Sorry, that's my Roomba going down there. So after probably about another 8 minutes, when it gets to the 10-minute mark, I'll put a toothpick in and see how they're doing. But just from my experience cooking at this temperature, I think they're going to go maybe 25 minutes before they're fully cooked through. And then after they're cooked, I'm just going to put a little bit of mozzarella on and then put them back in for maybe another minute just to kind of soften that. And then I'm sure I'll put some fresh herbs on top to dress them up. And then the other thing I have going is I made cloud bread the other day, which is similar, there you go, which is similar to, what do you call them, popovers. But I can't find a popover pan for the air fryer. So I made cloud bread, which if you look up that recipe is basically whipped egg whites that you get to a firm peak, and then you fold in some of the yolks and let's see, I think there was yogurt in them. Anyway, just Google cloud bread. It's really an eggy bread, but it's nice as a side if you, like me, have a little bit of issues with gluten and just don't like to eat bread all the time. It's a great alternative. So I just put them in here, my leftovers in the toaster racks, and I heated them in my basket for 2 minutes. You can see they got a little bit crispy, which is nice. They're much better when they're a little crispy. If they're too soft, they kind of just taste like mushy eggs. So anyways, that's what I've got going this morning for breakfast. As if any of you follow me on Facebook, which is Air Fryer Cooking with Alisa, A-L-I-S-A, I post recipes almost daily. I don't do a lot of YouTubing, but I do from time to time. It's Jouchi, J-O-U-C-H-I 1315 if you care to subscribe. I'm hopeful to get better with the YouTubing once I have a camera that I can set on the counter while I'm cooking. So for now, you just get to kind of see things once I have them all together and cooking. But anyway, I like to post from time to time in case anyone is interested. I do cook different things constantly. I've done scallops, lobster, escargot, chicken parmesan, all the normal stuff too, but I try to come up with interesting things that I'm not seeing on other people's sites. Last night I did portobello mushrooms stuffed with an Italian sausage. Tonight I'm doing stuffed peppers with Philly cheesesteak. So I try to keep it interesting so that maybe we're seeing some different recipes. Anyway, there's my breakfast. Let's just take another peek. It's now been going at 10 minutes. I'll go ahead and pull them out so we can see how much they're jiggling. They're getting firm yet. They're starting to firm up. In another 5 minutes, I'm going to do the toothpick test. I don't think they're quite ready. And the reason I have this other screen, let me switch hands, on here is I have found when using light batter and light cooking things like these little egg cups and those little cupcake silicone, ouch, I just burned my hand, sorry, silicone things, the air fryer movement makes things fly around. So I've learned if I just put a tray over, it just deflects the air enough to keep things from flying around in there. So that's been a really nice little trick that I use quite often now when I'm doing light bake type items. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this, and happy air frying.